Yay! Episode 4! Yay! So I gave up on the cave and I just moved over and now we're in the town. You guys know this town? This town's pretty cool. We're gonna go on the Poke Center just in case if we die anywhere I don't have to do that whole trek back. Not much grinding went on. I didn't really heal my Pokemon. I'm just gonna do it in this just because it'll be full screen then. And I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I like it a lot. And we're just gonna move on. In this house right here, because the first gym is actually pretty hard, normally, you can trade a Bellsprout for a Onyx in here. And it'll help you against this gym, which is a bird gym, which the boss actually has a level 12 Pidgeotto. Let's challenge that one first. Let's challenge it first, and then we're gonna go against the other Pokemons. I bet you like my sweaty tits. Sweaty tits is it's pretty good. Have you ever seen a man's sweaty tits before? Oh man, there's something. See, sweaty tits. It sure is something. Oh man, sweaty tits. Check out that guy's pickers. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about this whole thing. It's bad. It is really bad. Rage is really overpowered in the early game. I'm just saying. This was like, this gym really got me into the spirit of Pokemon and battling and all that, because when you first play through a Pokemon game, especially the older ones, the newer ones aren't as easy. The Spare and Share is just far too powerful in the newer games. But in the early games, it was so hard. These games were so hard. And I don't know why. But it truly, like, kind of, when you were in a battle, you were actually, like, in the anime where they're just like, what am I gonna do? He can do this next move, and I think he is. Also, money. I always think that. And, my god, like, this battle up here, if you were like me, and you chose Cyndaquil, and you just fought the gym, and you just had, like, a Cyndaquil, a Pidgey, and a, Sentret, and you just fought the gym, you got to the last person, you were, like, so fucked, because it was hard. It, like, really got your adrenaline pumping. Forgot to use Rage. Keep forgetting to use that. I will be double uploading now. Due to the previous episode, but I guess you guys realize that when this goes up. Yeah. So, these older games, or if you want a challenge in a Pokemon game, definitely check out the older ones. Like, I know, Heart Gold and Soul Silver is still a challenge, but it's nothing like the, Red Blues, Gold and Silver and Crystal, and Red and Greens, and Yellow. And it was just so hard. Especially, in the first one, there were no abilities. That didn't factor in. Yeah, it's just tons of fun. I don't know what to talk about in this playthrough. We're gonna fight this guy.
I'm Falkner, the Violet Pokemon Gym. That's too loud. People say you can clip flying-type Pokemon's wings with a jolt of electricity. I won't allow such insults to bird Pokemon. I'll show you the real power of magnificent bird Pokemon.
That looks so cool in the capture, you have no idea. Alright, so Faulkner, he has a Pidgey and a Pidgeotto. Level 7 and level 12. Level 12 Pidgeotto is the one you have to worry about because it knows Quick Attack, Gust, I think it knows Sand Attack, And it also knows Feather Dance, and if you don't know what Feather Dance does, it restores the Pokemon. So if you're not hitting it with good hit points in the beginning, you are fucked. Which is why Onyx was such a strong asset once you found out about that. But then I don't know many people who would use that later on in the game. I really liked one of the gyms that we're gonna come up to. It's the oh, it's level 9. Never mind. One of the gyms we're going to come up to is a ghost type gym. It's like, it's really cool because you don't know where you're going at all. That I remember. I may be unremembering this correctly. By the way, have I mentioned I've never beat this game? I've beaten Heart Gold, but I haven't beat Gold or Silver because my battery died. And I also lost my copy, so I had to buy a copy of Gold and Silver. So, once I find my original Silver copy, I can't wait to hold that. It's even in a case, but I don't think it's anywhere in this room because I've actually torn apart my whole room. Zephyr Badge. Zephyr Badge. I really have I liked a lot of the Pokemon that they brought into the series. Like Ampharos. I really like that one. Though I don't have the patience to raise a Mareep. I like Espeon and Umbreon. Espeon a lot more. I really want a Starmie. I think you can get that in this game. I'm not sure. We're gonna go pick up that egg, and we're gonna give Kakuna a bit of training in the tower. We're gonna go visit the tower, and I'm gonna give him a little berry. So we have a berry. We got 2 berries. Isn't that so nice? I just imagine that we stick it. If it was still a Weedle, we'd just like stick it on the Weedle's horn. Oh, he's in the Poke Center. This was my first ever game that I owned. Not my first Pokemon game that I've ever played, though. Ever since I was born, my family's had a Super Nintendo with Pokemon Stadium. My uncle has it. And my love for Pokemon has always been there for my life. I actually want to do a Pokemon XD playthrough with another person. I don't really like doing solo commentary because you're just gonna mainly end up talking about the game or stories that have happened, and I like having conversations with people when I play games, like talking about the games, because I've always played games by myself. Because my sisters were either not into games or not into the games I played. And, I grew up a very lonely life in my bedroom. And Pokemon are just, they've always been there for me. There was a time when Pokemon was staying away from me for over a year and a half. And it was some of the saddest days of my life, because I remember I couldn't come home and vent. And I'm starting to cry. Pokemon and games in general, but mainly Pokemon have been there for me a lot, and it's where I have some of my greatest memories. Pokemon Fire Red. That was another game I had. So because of that, I want to build a collection, and I want to get the Pokemon Game Boy Color Special Edition one, and then I want to get Crystal, the red, blue, yellow, and green, and Platinum, and Pearl, and then Soul Silver, and then Ruby and Emerald, and that will complete the collection of Pokemon games that I want to get. Oh yeah, and I want to get Colosseum, both the Japanese version and the English version, that have the bonus disc with the Celebi and the Jirachi on it. And I want to get those. And I'll complete the collection of Pokemon games that I want to get. I have a Pokemon board game Master Trainer. In fact, I think what I'll do with that is when I get an actually good camera, I'm gonna invite some people over and we're gonna have a Pokemon Master Trainer board game. I know who I want to play that with. We could play that with two of my friends who I shall not mention. But one of them knows who they are if they're watching this. I found it when I went with them to the store and I picked it up. And it's an interesting game. It's a bit boring with just two people, but it's still nice. But enough sentimental crap. I've been watching a lot of Sugar Conroy, and I've been watching him with Pokemon because Game Grumps, they finished Fire Red, and I've had nobody else to watch Pokemon with, and I've just been watching him, and I was like, you know what? I don't really like his commentary on Pokemon, but I just love watching him play Pokemon, and I'm so jealous when it comes to Pokemon and game stuff, because for a long time I couldn't get a lot of game stuff, and so I have a Pokemon Shrine built up. Also, the pillar, I always thought that looked like a Game Boy, so when I played on my Game Boy, it was pretty fun. Okay, so here's an interesting thing that I forgot to mention. So the original Game Boy, for those of you who haven't played it, had a brightness level, like a contrast setting. Depending on if you're inside or outside, you could adjust it by a little knob. It was under or above the volume. I forget what it is. No, it was on the other side of the thing. I'm looking at my Game Boy right now. And this print was for the contrast, like if you have a messed up contrast and all that. And Pokemon Crystal did not run on the regular Game Boy. Only Gold and Silver did. I gotta get myself Crystal. I just have a love for a lot of the original Pokemon games because they were there when I was little. We're gonna battle this guy. This guy seems like a nice guy to battle. Anyways, I'm gonna end this episode off here with this guy because there is going to be a video before this, so you're gonna get about like 17 minutes worth of Pokemon today. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a grand day.